Almost everybody remembers where they were on September 11th. Everybody remembers where they were. I was living in Birmingham, Alabama. At the time, my phone rang at about 5 to 8 in the morning. That's in the Central Time Zone. Turn on your television sets. A friend from Fort Lauderdale was calling me. The World Trade Center has just been hit by an airplane. It's on TV. I don't know if you were watching your TV at that time, but I turned on my television set just as the South Tower was being hit by the second plane. It was very, very difficult because that plane hit on the 78th floor of what was then the Morgan Stanley Company, and before that had been Dean Witter. And one of the guy that I used to be a stockbroker in my former career, and a guy I trained with to do that worked on the 78th floor. And you ask where God was on September 11th, well, God must have been around because Paul moved his office 4 months before out of that building. Unfortunately, 20 of his friends had not done that. But how many people remember where they were on the 10th? I was in Logan Airport, and I was coming back that was Slichot weekend. I had done several concerts that weekend, and then I stopped off in Boston, where the National Biennial Convention for the Union for Reform Judaism was being held that December, and had a rehearsal. I was one of the featured performers there. This was in 2001, so it's a while ago already. And I had that rehearsal the night before on Sunday night, and then on Monday we rehearsed again until about 2 in the afternoon. I got in my rental car and drove to Logan Airport. And at 3:30 in the afternoon, my phone rang, and my producer said, okay, the tapes that we finished are being put in the mail to St. Louis, where a friend of mine, a wonderful performer named Rick Recht, is going to do some singing on, do his vocal tracks. So don't worry, they'll get there tomorrow. And then my flight was scheduled on Northwest Airlines, which was the terminal right next to United Airlines. I'll get to that in a minute. And Rick's, our flight was scheduled to leave at 5:30. At 5, I don't know, what was it, 4:55, 5 o'clock, we all make our way onto the plane. We're sitting there, and the skies get really, really, really dark, and we wait. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait, because the airport has now been closed for a line of thunderstorms that came through. Does everybody remember what the skies looked like that Tuesday morning? It wasn't a cloud in the sky, it was crystal clear, because the night before a front came through and cleared it out. Well, they closed the airport, and we finally took off, or started to get ready to take off at 8:15 that night. And there was a long, long line, and the pilot got on after several delays and said, we are number 36 online. Now, I'm a big believer that nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Number 36 was a significant number for me. Number 36. He says, and there's going to be a break right in the line, and you're going to see two planes are going to cross. There are two United flights. One's going to be servicing and getting back right on the line. The other one's going to be an overnight. That's going to be the first flight out tomorrow morning. Now, there was some craziness in the airport. Now, it's not a story that's important to this, but that flight that got on line with us flew out that night. The flight that was bound out for the morning was a flight bound for San Francisco. That's the plane that went into the North Tower. That's as close as I'd ever like to get. Okay, I still can't tell that story and not have the hair on my arm stand up. But the world changed for all of us that day. And we all remember where we were. Now, I told you a little earlier before, it's my dream that we could all have 5 minutes of peace with everybody going on in the world. And I think that if we were to say, you know, if we could just be be shoulder to shoulder with each other for a little while, that we could change everything in the world. And I believe it is people that are going to make the change, and it's going to be positive stuff, where we won't have to worry about the terror in the world. We can think about what God put us here for in the first place. So I'd like you to sing like this. We all stand together. Just sing those few words. We all stand together. Try it. We all stand together. Okay? Can you do that over and over for me? We all stand together. Sing it really loud for me. We all stand together. Like this. I'm sorry. Believe it or not, this guitar was in tune when I bought it. This is the song that was in the mail to my friend Rick Rex. So nothing happens in God's world by mistake. When we all stand together, we change the way we live. Begin to stop the hatred, start reaching out to give. When we all stand together, no matter race or skin, then we can learn forever how peace and love begin. Sing. When we all stand together, sing a little louder for me. We all stand together. Put your hands together now. When we all stand together, and we look into our souls and discover in the world there's a world to behold. When we all stand together, each gathered in our homes, find our family unity as one but not alone. When we all stand together, oh, we all stand together. We all stand together. Yes, we all stand together. When we all stand together, we'll open up our hearts and light the burning passion to go and do our part. When we all stand together, believe in what we pray, deliver on a promise to find a better way. Yeah. When we all stand together, fulfill our hopes and dreams as we repair the world, every shattered piece. When we all stand together and we learn to sing a song, miracles can happen and together we'll be strong. When we all stand together, put your hands together last time now. We all stand together. We all stand together. Now let's all stand together. Why don't the kids join us on these last